lovely peace and tranquility. We've come across all the little calves here. It's probably their mummies that we passed earlier. Little black ones. Got a nice little place to nestle down in. But then we're right out onto the main road. So I'd say I've probably come the right way. I think I'll search out another quiet road to get back and just have a nice quiet walk in nature again, because the cars sort of get on your nerves a bit, don't they? I say that as a motorist myself, but it's just nice to get away from it all. Turning off the main road now. I was due to get back onto a little track, but I took a phone call and I was so engrossed in my phone call that I missed the track. So we're going to go down here. This is Fall Edge Lane and it's only 2/3 of a mile back to Upper Denby. So I'm hoping it'll be a nice peaceful little walk. And we'll see how his lordship's got on. The rain stopped and it's got quite warm really, which is nice, because there's nothing worse than trudging along in the rain. Well, there's a lot worse than trudging along in the rain. God, that's first world problems, isn't it? A bit of rain. Oh look, there's a little horsey in his stable there. He's obviously decided to stay in. A beautiful colour. I'm coming to the end of my walk and we always end up in a churchyard, and this is St John's Church at Upper Denby, and I've just spied out a Commonwealth War grave, and it's G. Stringer of the Royal Artillery, 26th of October 1941, aged 27. So he must have been back here when he died, which is sad, but he's just he's laid listening to the sounds of the next generation of children just playing in the school beside. I quite like this graveyard because it reminds me of Saddleworth St Chad's. It's left to go back to nature, I guess, which some people think is quite disrespectful, but they're just such an important habitat for all the butterflies and the bees and all sorts of lovely things. All the more modern graves are kept quite neat, but this back here is just a little nature habitat, which I think is rather lovely. My friend Deb, she once said that her mother had said, "I don't want to be buried because a graveyard is a waste of a kid's playground," which, you know, you sort of get really. So it's been a lovely walk. Weather's improved, and it's actually quite warm now, so I'm looking forward to getting back and having a cup of tea.
I never break away, you know you are the world to me. I can always find you inside my mind, waiting in the wings. When I feel your breath run down my spine, I know you're not too far behind. You make my dreams come true.
to visit Denby Dale, and we're under Denby Dale viaduct, which actually is 2 viaducts. See the line joining the 2, or sort of joining the 2. The viaducts were built at different times. The original one was deemed not to be strong enough, so they built a second one with more stanchions in the middle to take on the heavier trains, and it's got more arches on the stronger version and more bigger supports. You can actually see this first bit here, it actually runs out.
You inside my mind, waiting in the wind. Now when I feel your breath run down my spine, I know you're not too far behind.
Hello everyone, we've come to Denby Dale, which used to be called Denby Dykeside until it changed its name in 1815, which was shortly after it had made one of its first big pies. The village is famous for having made 9 enormous pies in its time for various times. The last one was 2000, I think it was 1978 before that, 1964, but the first one was 1792, and it was done to celebrate King George coming out of his mad period. You know, the madness of King George with his blue wee and all that. Well, Denby Dale decided, or Denby Dykeside as it was then, decided to make a giant pie. Some of them weighed up to 21 tonne with the baking trays, and they bake them on the back of a lorry which they drive up and down the high street. Right, Helen's been and had her haircut. What do you think of it?
I think it'd be nice when it's washed and dried. It was just a dry cut, so she did take quite a lot off, but I think Helen's a bit surprised that I haven't got a fringe up here.
Yeah, I like to get my money's worth. Anyway, we've just arrived at the White Hart, and Helen's got a White Hart blonde, which is okay. I don't know if it's a sort of like pub brewed beer, but I've got a Folkestone Summit. And it's meant to be a pale ale, but it's actually quite bitter. It's very nice. Folkestone Summit White Hart blonde.